Hello, everybody. Welcome back up here. And I want to say thank you guys for the comments. Thank you guys for the coffee. If you guys want to reach me out, here it's the email above. And interesting in your personal reading or you're interested in about understanding even more things, you can connect to me or us talking about our website with Paulina. But what I'm trying to tell you today is so much. So kind of like having a little patience because the energies are so interchange. There is so many things happening at the same time. And I'm not talking about just from a personal, in there, but I was looking at to the charts. And as you're following from yesterday's report, if you haven't watched the yesterday report, that was that lady come out of the sea. What is she seeing? Seeing that land. And seeing that land is that picture right now that I'm showing you up. And there is a reason for it when I'm showing you this picture in there because this picture is going to be tied up to something even much higher, kind of like understanding a little bit more within the spirituality. I'm going to be explaining you a little bit above and below, so you can understand not only in the perspective of astrology, but a little bit more you can see within yourself. Because seeing at the new land, what did that mean for you? It's a new opportunity. Okay, there is a new ways of you look at it. But what is stays behind it? That is it, the old self, the old situations, the old things. And as you evolve in the spirituality, hopefully this kind of like a little bit of mix with spirituality and astrology today is going to be helping you out because I have a second picture for you. What I want to talk about this second picture is this right in here. Uh, this is the Nordic tree of life. But it's explained the world as above, so is below. Uh, there, as you see it down below, there is this land where the tree is actually coming, but there is also a tree right up in here. But if you see it, that same tree, it is that middle of the tree that it's coming. So that's what's below, so is above. And as you see it right here, that this is the snake that goes on around. That is the circles of you going around and the same things over and over and over. And since you're in these trains of over and over, you're not able to get there to this island. Now you see it, this island, you see these energies, you see this. This is what they're traveling that you're doing it up here through the roads. We're trying different roads, trying this until the road of awakening gets coming in. And it shows you the glimpses of this awakening inside of you, this power of awakening that you're experiencing. And sometimes that reality can, set you back or brings you back from it because that reality is going to show you where are you standing right in here. Where are you at? Are you here or are you here dealing with the snakes? But you have the visions about that beautiful light of the tree of life and be in the state of the paradise. So, talking about this energies in there and within the astrology that it's tied up for it is about right here. This is going to be the energy of 11 o'clock at night, and that is when the moon, Aquarius, is going to comes in with this beautiful divine energy of Mars and Mercury having this divine talk within the intuition. Okay, you're going to be open up a portal throughout the day of seeing it. But you need to understand that the reality is one thing, the dreams is another thing. And you get into the visions from above. But in order to go ahead and making it as above, so as below, it's going to be required in actions. And by finding out what is the reality below, you have to see the reality that is above. And those messages from the Aquarius right now is that's what this is about. Pluto is sending you back. It's like, hey, you need to come back and fix the things in the roots. Look at how many snakes there are, how many other small things there. You want to have these beautiful trees above, and you see that beautiful tree. Why is not beautiful down here? Why is your life is so beautiful into a 5D, 7D, and so on, when the life and the reality is not there? What is it missing? What is it Capricorn represents? Actions. Actions on earth. And this is why Pluto says, like, I'm going to send you back to you have unfinished things. You have unfinished business. And since the Lilith and the South Node there and at Libra, that it shows up there is lack of balance within energies, maybe unfinished things, unfinished contracts, unfinished situations, unfinished understandings about this, because Pluto is trining that. Pluto is like, here, you need to see this. It's for your own good. I'm going to be triggering all this. I'm going to be getting into all this. And this is how it is going on. The question is about that all this is preparing you to be ready. You don't know for what you're ready, but you're going to get the glimpses of what you're going to be ready. Talking about 11 o'clock. So I'm going to go shifting the charts back from today. That you're going to be able to see it, those energies. You're going to be able to grasp what you can take from it, because those energies going to be some particularly interesting, as usually they are. For so at 7 o'clock in the morning, as the moon is approaching Pluto, very powerful energies for the authority. If you pay attention to that beautiful kite that it's coming up here with the universe right now, the moon, since the moon is representing the intuitions, that's what your focus is. Okay, and that focus that it's gonna come in is gonna be working with the authority. It's gonna be working with the highest powers inside of you. The higher self is gonna be kicked in, and it's gonna be telling you what the reality is. This is why you are shifted back into the reality. Okay, you can dream, you can stay in a dream state, but the dream state doesn't help really within the 3D, because this is what happens is when the people get too extreme within learnings and situations and so on, they forget that there is something needs to be taken care of in the real world. But that's not the real reason. The real reason is that the tree of life. You to create as above, so as below. Okay. And when you see on this, you're gonna be finding out what you need to do. You have to re-innovate yourself. And that re-innovations is where? In Aquarius. And this is why the ages of Aquarius said it's coming very powerful, very strong there. And you're gonna be able to see this. But it's gonna take you what? A vulnerability, which is the masculine energies, which is Mars, and communications, which is Mercury. To have the guts of recognizing it's like, okay, reality sucks, the dreams are great, but what's happening in here? This is what I need to do. So without energy, the sun actually is still have this duality situations, because the midheaven is at Gemini and it's opposing Neptune to, you don't like the age of Pisces anymore. You don't want to deal with this Pisces kind of like a fogginess and so on and so on. But the clarity is coming from the intuitions with Pluto that says like this is gonna end, because this is the end. Okay, the end, it's mean that you're reaching your point and you're starting the next new new development. You're starting and going over the hump. You go into your next stage of evolutions inside of you. Okay, but this is also represents one more thing is the end of the old, end of the old self, what the old self wanted, the old self was. Okay, since 2010, 2011, in there, Neptune has been into Pisces. So during that period, there is a lot of great things happen. There's a lot of worse things happen, right? And this is kind of like an overview of what happened to the age of Pisces. And we have to go back into this. Let's recreate the world better. And that innovation is coming from Aquarius. This is why we're shifting backward to the age of Aquarius. We're not going to Aries. We are going back. Okay. So this is why the that energy is gonna be intense, but it's gonna be intense in a good way. Calm, pushing, peaceful, but intense. You're gonna be able to feel it. All right. A lot of dealing with the past relationship. Mars is squaring Lilith and the south node and also the north node. This is the time when this kind of like anger aggravations and trying to destroying things and so on. Yes, you're gonna be feeling it, but that is a destroying of the old self. Try not to destroy in your future. Okay, a lot of lack of impatience that you cannot getting into the future and so on is gonna trigger us this. But all it's gonna be helping you out here. It is you to be vulnerable, you to talk about it, and that is it. The communications with Mercury, with these divine energies about the North Node. You're seeing it up there, up what the paradise state is, right? And now you feel what the reality is, and now you're aggravated. It's like what I'm seeing at all this, but that doesn't matching the reality. Doesn't matching the reality from within you. And this is can be a big shock for some of the people in there, and that is it, the shock when you get an awaken. When you get in an awakening in there, it is shocking the whole your system because this is shows up the belief system within yourself that it's going to be replaced with the new system. And now you processing, you seeing at this, you open your eyes from yesterday. You see this beautiful island. You see from within yourself that there is something more out there. All right, next hour. That is it, the power of love. Very beautiful, powerful energies between Venus and Jupiter. This is Athena and Jupiter trying to find the solutions, but the solution is there with what? With Chiron. You cannot be uh, going into this state if you carrying the wounds. So basically, if you picture it, the picture of the tree that I did for you guys for it, that was it. That picture in there. Let me see if I can be able to bring it back in to for you. Give me some second up here. So that's what I'm talking about. You cannot carry those snakes and those stuffs inside of it up here. You bring it that snake in here upstairs, you're gonna be repeating the cycle. But here is the snake that represents that cycle for it. And this is what that energy is representing. It is about this right here. You to clear some of the stuffs out. You to get those stuff in there that bringing that positiveness of the love, of the growth of the love, what the union is there. The union between Jupiter and Venus. This is one of the best aspects you can have in chart. The beautiful part of Jupiter and Venus, the growth within love. But that energy is suppressed under Saturn, and the Saturn is suppressing still the Sun a little bit. So is Mercury. So you're gonna feel like I don't want to talk about it. I don't want to get into this. It's too much of a work. It's not too much of a work. It is about you never done that. That's what is too much for you. But once you've done it, once you're getting into this beautiful crossing over, you're going to be able to understand. And the divine is going to give you glimpses in the next hour. Venus is going to be coming up here. Uranus is going to be helping you together with Neptune to see the power of love. You to go ahead and see how you're going to be able to bring the paradise into earth. And whatever it's in the earth, you to deal with it so it will match the reality upstairs. And this is how you're going to be able to make that reality happen. But if you want that reality, Pluto says you gotta work. You have to do some kind of like a work, something that has to be there. And I'm working with the universe to help you. I'm working here with the proper visions to ending something with the old. And this is why if you're reviewing the past, you're facing the same thing over and over and over and over. It is about that. Plus, the South Node is in Libra, so right now you're facing it again, these relationships with others, and what is that goes on, because only test you can have to prove your relationship with yourself when you're in a relationship with others. There is no other thing in there. How you act and react. That doesn't mean you have to have really situations and so on and so on. Relationships, that's mean friends, family, that's mean co-workers and so on and so on. I'm talking about relations in the general term because that's what Libra represents in there. So if you know what the Libra, what house is in your chart, that's what probably you're gonna be more affected in there. If that is your third house, that is gonna be this energy of friendships. If that is the fifth house, that's gonna be with kids. It's the fourth house is about home. If it's in the sixth house, that is gonna be something within healing. Okay. If it's in the 10th house, that is your profession. So that energy is gonna come help in the next hour at 12 o'clock. The things is gonna come down. You're gonna be seeing that the Mercury is looking how to get here. Let's talk about how to get here. I can see all this, but let's talk about how to get here. Let's talk about all this energy that it is about like manifested. So if you picture that the energy is of above of the tree and it goes down into the tree, you're going to be able to really understanding of what you have to do. But facing that reality can shock you again, and this shock is going to come in a very powerful way because the moon it's already crossing in Aquarius. That is going to be when you solve the problems. Now you're finding the solutions. This is the innovations. You're looking at this like, okay, there is a problem with this. What can I do about these problems? There is a problems about that. What can I do about these problems? And your mind, when it's connecting within a spirit in there, it's going to be telling you. And once the mind is going to telling you, and that energy is going to come in there, and you have to verify it into the reality. The real awakened personality in there first look at it inside of himself. He finds the answers. This is what Aquarius says. Okay, I'm going to be talking about this later on for it. But we talking about that the reality of the awakening is you awaken, you seek within you, you're getting the downloads, connecting with your soul, you're finding the solutions, and then you're going out to the world and verifying the solutions. The big mistake of a lot of people, what they do is they go out, they're training themselves, they study themselves, they're doing the things, but they're missing a key element in there, no connection with soul. And this is why you are not happy in there, because the soul says, like, I didn't learn it. You didn't come from me. It came from your egos, from your desires, from your needs, from your survivals. You taught that. And some of you is gonna find out, like, my parents made me to study as a doctor, but I had to be a musician. Uh, they told me that I have to go ahead and study this, so that's what I did because I didn't know myself. A lot of this kind of like forced knowledge or forced learning in there. But when you get through the soul, the things is gonna come in very great. But as I said, the work has to be done. All right, next hour it's the authority time, and the authority is looking for that healing of that shock system of reality. Okay, it's like okay, I got these new things, I got these new energies, I got into these new positions. Now everything it's kind of like what is this within me? What I have to authorize? I don't know what to authorize. I don't know what to do with this. I haven't been in there. I haven't been growth in there, and I'm on these suppressions, and I have no visions. And this is why that for right now, if you're not clear within your own self, within the authority in there, you're gonna feel it within. Focus into the universe. Focus on that energies of the intuitions that tells you it's like, okay, reinnovate yourself, believe into the new system, believe what you see, believe into the reality. And here you're in that middle land, you're in that middle cross. You can find the difference between the dreams and the reality, and you see in it as a third point. You see all those beauty of this beautiful, beautiful tree in there. You're right in here. And since you're here, you look at it, the whole tree as a one side, and you see it, what it needs to be done. Because here it's how the heaven comes to earth. And you are that energy. You are going into this portal. And when this comes down here, there is no more conflicts down there. There is no more the roads of the duality. You know, when you get into these points right here of these roads down below, there is, should I take this road or should I take that road? Well, if you have the fears of this road here, guess what? You come back here and then you take it again. Is that looks like the snake up here? You're also going to have dualities in there into the dreams. Is there dreams or their imaginations? You know, if you're right here and you're like, I'll take this road, but that leads you back into the water. If you take this road, leads you back to the water. But now today, you're going to have these glimpses of visions as how to get here because you see the light. You see the light in the end of the tunnel. How you gonna know that you're going to see that light in the tunnel? You're gonna find out at 11 o'clock. But as the energies are moving out today, this is about 2 o'clock. You're gonna be looking at in these relationships and triggering Mars with all that energy. Mars has to depending of these communications, be vulnerable, talking about all these issues from the past, how they are affecting your future and dear masculine is be vulnerable within that, but also your intuition is going to be guiding you. So there's going to be a little bit this kind of like a positive energy towards Mars. It's like things going to get better. Things going to be, you need to understand, you need to fight for this. Don't go around it and go this circle. You know, when this T-squaring in there is in a chart, a lot of the people who have a T-square in their chart, like this, with the planets in particularly, that is this kind of like the road of a circle around, which is called the road of hell. Wherever you go back into it. You go back to this destruction mode and you're rebuilding your life. You go to the same point, you destroy that. And this is what this Mars right now it's learning. A very powerful energy. I spoke about this quite a few days ago about this. And please take your time. Okay, if you feel situations, you feel in it, but don't use these energies that it's coming from the ascendant. It's like I don't want to talk about it, and you just block everything. You're going into this Mars after that. Is like that's all I'm gonna accept. I'm not gonna talk, and I'm gonna be. I'm gonna close off because Saturn right now it's like close off, shut down. Not now. There is not the right way, and so on. It's a close off, shut down, not to go the old ways. That's it. You feel like you should go back, you can't. You try to go back into the old ways, you're trying to it. After awakening, you can't go back. And this is what this purpose of this awakening is. All right. Talking about the next hour, the midheaven is going to be at that positions. I said, pay attention to that particular 3 o'clock energy. That Venus is going to come here. She's looking at forward for this because Neptune and Uranus is going to tell her. Because those are the energy of Taurus, which is the earth, which is representing the earth down below of the tree. But this right here, Neptune, it's representing that light above, that spiritual part of you. And when you have that internal love, when you have that internal energies that are coming in there, follow it because you're gonna be seeing you that road, how to get through there, because you have to go through the mountains. You see, those mountains is those humps. You have to going up. You have to rising up to reach that tree of life way, way up there until understanding is the same tree that you have down here. And then you're going to be illuminated that you have to come down, bring the same energies with you from your dreams to make it reality. That's how you're going to be awakened of the things that you need to be doing. All right, next hour, we are talking about the 4 o'clock. The ascendant is at Capricorn. He's challenging Mars. He's challenging the North and the South Node. And those challenges are going to come because you need to talk about it. You maybe not feel comfortable, maybe not feel great, but communications are great because that is it, the only one energy, the only one exit you're going to be finding out. Through communications, that is going to be leading you to the midheaven work. It's at Scorpio, and that energy is coming to a Saturn. It's like, okay, you're limitating, but are you not limited? You think that you're limited, but you're not. And realizing this energies that come for it's gonna be tough to work, but the work once it started and it goes flowing in there, the ascendant of Capricorn, which is that is it, the earth energies that needs to be represented for that energy that it's coming towards you, the visions that it's coming, they're coming in to help you out. A lot of divine energies is gonna comes in and begins to trigger. You're gonna feel this incredible power. We're talking about it's gonna be coming in from the North Node towards Mercury, and from Mercury going into the Moon, and from the Moon is going to the Mars. Proper divine actions. This is going to be based off the old self removal, understanding the new self, understanding and accepting the new things that you need to achieve. And from there, you're going to be having these communications for. This is like the beginning of there. And now you're going to create these actions on the base of the divine. Because guess who is here? That is in the intuition that is right now at the Aquarius that tells you here it's the new path, here it's the new way. the old way is not good anymore, because if the old way was good, it's gonna be work, but it isn't. And now you have to take the new one. And in the new one, you are the one who's gonna make it. Confirmations, anybody? All right. Talking about the next hour, this is gonna be at the 6 p.m. Energies. The divine energies come here. The moon is rising together with Pluto. Um, Powerful energies is gonna be rising up. The midheaven, it's having a situations with Saturn and the Mercury. This is probably gonna be the moment you don't want to feel and talk about it. But right now, you have this south node, north node energy that it's gonna be rising up, and you're gonna be working out with that energies later on. This is gonna be when at the midheaven, it's gonna be meeting Pluto and the Sun, and the awakening of making your dreams, guys, is gonna be coming so powerful to you that you are gonna be able to see it, and you're gonna know, now I understand what I need to do. Now I am ready for it. I am ready for it. Hi, Andrea. I'm glad to see you here. Yeah, it's too much going on, but it is what it is. All right. Next hour, Saturn is going to be coming in the ascendant. You're going to see the limits. What is the limits and what's limiting you? Duality is going to kick in with Neptune and the authority. You're going to feel like too much pressure is here. And I'm talking about too much pressures because this is the sun. There is the seventh house, which represents relationships. And if you discussing your relationship at 7 o'clock, be mindful about this, because currently the authority is like, I don't like these expressions, I don't see these visions, and I don't see that growth it's coming. And since that growth is not coming, there is this limits in here. I'm not doing anything right now. Oh yeah, you can change, you can transform. And this is when the evolution is coming and step it up, and it says like, you gotta evolve, that's your road. But there is a thinking needs to be finished. You can't act like this. You cannot think too small. You cannot be the victim here. You have to rise above. I'm challenging you to rise above. Or hi, Jolene. I'm going to up this high road to the mountain. Keep positive vibes. I don't want to go backwards. Yes, a lot of us are like this, including the guy who's talking to you, which is me, in there. But that's what overall the energies is. And those energies of mountains usually represents Capricorn, because this is a Earth. This is kind of like a Moses goes up into the mountains and he have to find the 10 commandments, right? And he has to come and go there and carry them and so on, right? It's not an easy job, right? And this is, he brings those commandments where? To the world, right? Take it as that kind of like a challenge within working within the divines, that it's coming towards us. All right, next hour. Chiron, it's coming up, rising up, but he is opposing Venus. Whatever it's not healed about love, it shows up. It's coming up. And guess what? Where it's not healed in you. Don't look it up your partner. Your partner is just the reason, because you're testing yourself in there. Don't put these negative energies towards your partner. It's got something to do with your self-healing in there. And this is why a lot of the people have this energies mixed up in there. They're thinking that the partner is bad, and so on and so on. No, it's not. Your partner purpose is to triggers your unhealed wounds and help you to heal it. That's the higher level of love, because they love you. They want to see you better. They want to see you okay. They want to see you in the same situations. And hi, darling. Over the hump, everyone. Exactly, over the hump, everyone. Um, the moon, that it's gonna be a much more power. It's gonna come, and this is what is gonna be looking at up here. Since the midheaven, it's coming into Capricorn in the next hour, and the ascendant is together with Uranus. That energies comes in, but as you see it, the divine is all over the place. And this is why this energies is going to be able to help you to get over the hump. You want to go over the hump to get the light. Bring it where? Back in the earth. You created that paradise. Because that's what it is. To be earth on earth as it is heaven. So you have a lot of forgiveness. A lot of forgiveness has to be done within this because you may be triggered within the old self energies that it's coming to because of this true Liliths, mean Lilith situations. Because right now the true Lilith it's going back, and with that shifting in there back and forth between Venus and the south node can create a lot of shifts, but they are shifts for about the truth. And this is the part of reality. Okay, that's what that. All right, 10 o'clock. Where is it? The midheaven. It's the moon. What is the energies up here? How that work? You're gonna be feeling that satisfactions of your intuition. You're gonna feel it of this greatness of this masculine energies. You're gonna feel about these great communications. You having a great relationships with who? You having a great relationship with destinations that you get in there, with Neptune, with the visions, and also the disconnection. It's here. It's beginning just kind of like a separate in there. You're gonna feel it that right now the moon is going in there and sends that positive energies towards both Lilith and the South Node. Now you are re-innovating, finding the solutions in the reality of the 3D, but in the base of what? In the base of your awakening. Because you finally got it. You finally get in it. That it can't just have in dreams. They cannot be worked out. For those dreams, you have to take that energies and putting into actions for it. So I am my own partner because I guess I trigger myself. Yeah, this is also self-realizations. Chiron is at Aries, Andrea. Yes, you can sell guilt tripping, and it's a good thing. It's a very good, powerful thing. Here is at 11 o'clock, energy is pointing out towards the sun. In there, Chiron and the sun, it is about you healing old patterns. You healing from what you did from the old self. This is about this forgiveness of yourself. But right now, since you're awakened, right now, since you're understanding in there, you know where you need to go. You are not afraid because right now you see the whole picture. There is no missing pieces anymore. Okay? You see this beautiful tree of life and you understand how this works because you're living somewhere on this tree. If this was is the earth, you're living somewhere out here. Even though that expression is the hell is down there. Yeah, it's a hell down there. You're dealing with jealousy, you're dealing with competitions, you're dealing with a toxic behaviors, you're learning all those patterns. That's what those little snakes represents. Okay. But when you get out of this road, you're trying to find a road to your own self, trying to find a road to heaven. You get in it to road to heaven. Okay, you get to the road to heaven. What are you gonna do after that? You see, you have to make that heaven on earth. And that is it, what the awakening. You will be for most of the people. That is gonna be this energy of understanding. And understand this within yourself. You're gonna be able to adjust, correct, and get in it of what it has to be accomplished, because the energy that is going to come from the moon is these downloads. You can be as Neo that we're talking about the movie The Matrix. What kind of shock was when he faced the reality that he's been living into a matrix and now he's in this ship and he's not happy. He used to eat steaks and a good food, and he has all this life into the 3D, and all of a sudden he's been living in simulation, and now he's in this ship and understanding the world is not what it seems to be, right? It's always going to have that shock system, but that shock system, once you go above, okay, what happened to Neo when he got all this? He figured out how to work, how to make himself better, how to perform better within the matrix, how to be who was he meant to be, to reach out his destiny, what he's made out of it. But he have to bring that energy where? Down below, within him. And that's what is one of the hardest things in there. All right, guys, that's all I have for you. If you guys have some right now, some questions in there, you can ask about it for. If not, let's share the love and the light, and we'll be go ahead and see you tomorrow. Oh, hi, Karen. It seems the whole picture. It's seeing this whole picture. It's so clear now. No going back this time. No, that's how it goes. That's how the energy is in there. This is why I was looking at it like I'm missing something. It took me a while because I see it, but there is so much going on right now, particularly of these configurations in there. I'm trying to explain it to it, and I'm like, there is something it's missing. Is something I don't see as the moon is going into this particular areas of Aquarius. And one of the things are coming in, guys, I gotta take my personal stuff away so I can really focus within that energy. There was something tells me like you gotta look at it deep. You gotta go more deep within this. The people need to understanding this, and hopefully these pictures, hopefully these things, and hopefully the report is helping you guys you to navigate better within yourself, within your life, but then it's properly kind of like navigations within the energies within yourself, and it doesn't matter what is going on within you. Touch base within your feelings. There's nothing wrong in there. So Andrea, I'm dealing with material relationships. Yeah, if you take a look, a lot of the people who dealing with material relationships, they are more focused within the spirituality. So there is a disbalance within the material dealing within the relationship. You can stay Zen, okay? You can stay Zen, but when you are Zen, you are too higher in there within. Sometimes it's good to stay Zen, but lack of actions is gonna begin the material world is going to be coming in and start reminding you like, hey, you need to work on something. You can't just be in this Zen mode. So, I don't know, Andrea, what kind of like issues you have with your mom or your mother in there, but you need to look at it more. What is your relationship in there between you and your mother and how that affects you? Because subconsciously and consciously you have something within. And what we're talking about it is like, don't forget about it, that you are created there in the womb of your mother. And you carrying it that with you. So it's seeing it certain things. You can see the both positive and negative, but see them both for it. She doesn't like me. Maybe she was not ready to have a baby when she was with you. If you can try to understand her situations, then you can be able to forgive, but you forgive for yourself. If she doesn't like you, why she doesn't? And this is gonna be this energy of Mars that it's coming is that vulnerability to talk about uncomfortable things, to express your uncomfortability, to express your fears, to express your angers, to express your frustrations, whatever that might be, because Mars is right now in Cancer, family situations in there. But that is what you have to get this courage. But the courage comes in a very powerful moment because the moon is in divine energies with Mars. And especially with these connections with Mercury and Mars as this yod, finger of God, that it says like here. Look at it. And it's a very good particular energies to healing things with Mara, to take it into a new road. Can you imagine you go ahead and tell her, Mom, I understand that, because if your mom was 18, 19, 20, when she was pregnant with you, she did not know what it takes to be a mother. She wasn't mentally prepared to be a mother. And then all her problems, all frustrations, all these situations, she didn't like that she was pregnant with you. Now you're this baby, this girl, and so on. She still doesn't like it because she felt like she wasn't right. It wasn't the right thing, or however the situations maybe there's things between you and so on, so on. But my suggestion is have honest conversations, forgive her for the things that she doesn't like you. That is not your problem that she doesn't like you. She doesn't like herself, and then she brings that unlikeness towards you. Okay, but you need to understand her and forgive that, and don't allow that energy of that she doesn't like you to affect you. Okay, don't go above, go over the hump. Okay, all right, guys, that's all I have for you. Thank you so much, and I will see you next time. Be love, guys.